morning, children. Do you enjoy listening to stories? Today, I like to share a true story, an inspirational incident of a girl named Rachna. Rachna lived with her parents in Saroli village, a hilly area. It was the month of August, rainy season. Do you know the month it rains in India, children? Yes, June to September. Now, there was heavy downpour in this village for 3 continuous days. And you know what happens when it rains heavily? There is water everywhere, and we see the roads and drains flooded with water. The low-lying areas are also filled with small pools of water. So, after 3 days, the rain stopped and it was sunny. The government authorities had warned the people to stay indoors as there were chances of landslides in that area. Now, after 3 days, the weather seemed good and warm, so Rachna wanted to visit her grandparents who lived in the same village about 3 kilometers away. You love your grandparents, isn't it, children? And she was worried about her grandparents because it had rained for 3 days, so she wanted to go and visit them. She took her red bicycle and started. On her way, she saw a barricade towards one side of the road on which it was written, "Do not go beyond this point." Now, sometimes the government, what they do is they put some kind of cautions and notices in some parts of the places saying that that place should not be used. Prohibited area, isn't it, children? So in the same way it was written that they should not go beyond that point. But out of curiosity, what Rachna did was, she wanted to see what it really meant. Was it correct on Rachna's part? Do you think it was correct that Rachna should go and see what it really meant? But she went there, and as she neared the barricade, without a second warning, she fell into the pit and started slipping down into the valley. And the mobile that she was carrying also fell. She could not control herself and fell into the river below. This was unexpected, and Rachna did not expect this. The water in the river was full and flowing with great fury. You know, when it rains, what happens? The rivers are also filled, and so it flows with great speed. And Rachna was flowing with the water current. She was not able to hold anything. But fortunately, what happened, after a distance, she was able to grab a branch of a tree, which prevented her from flowing further. Now, when she caught hold of the branch of the tree, she realized that her actually fractured. So there are 2 bones in the neck, C1 and C2. She found that some of her bones, 2 of her bones were fractured because her mother was a doctor. So when you have a doctor or a teacher at home, you know, when your parent is a doctor, you come to know about various medical conditions. So she realized that her neck was fractured and she was in pain, and also exhausted, but she did not lose her courage. She slowly swam back to the place from where she fell. She searched for her mobile and got it. Thankfully, the mobile was intact and in working condition. She immediately ran up to her mother, who was a doctor, but unfortunately, her mother was attending an emergency case and she did not get the phone. And then, immediately, she called 108. You know what is 108, children? It is the emergency number of an ambulance. So, there are some emergency numbers like 100 police station, 108 is for ambulance. So she called up the ambulance, and within no time the ambulance arrived because ambulance is an emergency service. It gave her first aid and got her admitted in the hospital for further treatment. Hope you enjoyed listening to this inspiring story. So what do we learn from it? That we should never give up. Rachna was a bold and a brave girl who did not lose hope and kept trying. So during an unexpected and adverse situation, do not panic. Remain calm, be bold, and use your presence of mind to get over. And whenever there is some precaution given, please follow that caution and obey it. Otherwise, you'll fall into trouble.